So there's that. I'm not sure if you've seen this, but Landon Declan is in a new movie. That's a commercial for it. I saw a commercial for it and yelled, "That's Declan!" I'd recognize those eyebrows anywhere. It's called Truth or Dare. He's a handsome gentleman. We've been getting a lot of tweets about Truth or Dare.
I know, but we mentioned it a couple episodes ago that we are planning to see it together and have not gotten around to it.
Is it in theaters now?
I don't know.
Has that passed?
I don't know.
We'll probably end up watching it like when it comes out on streaming.
Yeah. And if we don't, we should bring wine into the theater with us.
Hey, I have a water bottle specifically for that my dad got me for Christmas.
I love your dad.
In other Degrassi alum news, Raymond, we know this too. Raymond, A. Black, Dalmar, okay, all these children, Sav, Danny, Spinner, and Johnny DeMarco have a production company with another friend.
Too, yeah.
It warms my heart that Degrassi people still hang out, but also, why are Sav and Danny hanging out with Johnny DeMarco? Ha, I kid. Side note, 95% of Degrassi alums are crazy beautiful, and I just want to know their secret for looking that way. I was doing some searching, and it looks like the guys were creating a comedy series. I haven't seen many recent updates. I was looking at Scott's Instagram and did a couple of things, and he did see a couple of things, but not a ton. So I hope that it is still going on. I want the former Degrassi folks to do well in life. Another side note, I'm rewatching season 10 of Degrassi, and I'm reminded of how wonderful Sav is. Like, my ultimate Degrassi crush is Craig, but I don't know. Sav might be making his way to number 1. I also feel like it's fine to talk about them as crushes because they're older than me. That's what I tell myself. Or I do what you do and say it's my younger self who has these crushes.
It's our loophole.
I also wanted to say that I talk about your podcast often at work. I'm the youngest there, and most of the coworkers I talk to are male, so Degrassi is like a different planet for them. I'll randomly start laughing, like when one of your guests called Spinner Shredder. I laughed so hard I cried. And they all know it's this podcast. They rarely understand the jokes, but whatever. They don't know what they're missing. All right, I'm going to wrap this up. I think this is the longest email I've ever written. I'm sure I'll send another long one in a few weeks. Thank you for your wonderful podcast, Catherine. P.S. Sean and Emma forever. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you, Catherine.
Yeah. But that is all the grapevine that we have. If you would like to be featured on a future Grapevine episode, you can tweet at us at DegrassiPod. We're on Instagram at DegrassiPod. You can email us, whateverittakes.podcast@gmail.com. We're on Tumblr, whateverittakespodcast.tumblr.com. You can listen to us pretty much anywhere, but if you're on Apple Podcasts, if you could rate, review, and subscribe, that would be super cool. And if you leave us a review, we will make up a Degrassi-inspired fan fiction for you on the show. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at HollandTacular.
And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at KelSucks with a Z at the end. And Holland, what do you want to recommend to the humans?
Santa Clarita Diet Season 2 came out a couple weeks ago, and I enjoyed it, so I'm going to recommend that.
Nice.
I love Drew Barrymore.
Girl, same. I'm going to recommend something that I watched the entirety of a week and a half ago. It's Oliver Stone's The Untold History of the United States.
Cool.
It's great. It's just a documentary series. It goes from like right before World War I to like Obama, basically.
Oh, cool.
It's really good. Word of advice, I made the mistake of not making sure that Netflix didn't fuck up, and Netflix fucked up, so the first 2 episodes are at the very end.
Weird.
Yeah. So it ended, and I was so mad that Netflix fucked it up that I've just never seen the first 2 episodes. I was like, no, I committed to everything else, and it ended so good, I'm done.
That's super bizarre.
It was really weird, but it's like sometimes Netflix does that with shows where they put shit out of order.
That is super weird. All right. Well, that is all that we have for you guys today. Thank you, as always, to Jay for our wonderful theme song, and thank all of you for listening. Goodbye, Panthers.
Bye, Panthers.